Why, hello there, and welcome back to the wonderful, mystical, whimsical world of Alchestria. We're currently dragging out a corpse. Let's jump right into that. Oh, hello, from 5 seconds ago, I am returned.
Oh no, he's here. Run.
Oh god, stop talking shit. Alrighty, as discussed prior, Kane was very adamant on ensuring that we don't just leave Alanoth's corpse here. We shouldn't set it on fire, we should bring it somewhere and basically completely ashify him. That was the general idea?
Pretty much.
Alright, perfect. I mentioned he was kind of heavy, so as you guys are moving in and out of the cave, prepping things, it'll take basically your whole team to drag his body from location A to location B in a timely manner, but you're not currently being assaulted by anything, so you guys, I think you guys had about 20 or so minutes to just run around. I healed you, Vega and Kane, appropriately for that amount, while we're running about and basically light crafting, throwing some things together to ensure the horses can drag the body, ropes and such. So all that's already set up. We just got to drag the body out. As your group is doing that, you yoink onto him. Did I leave his corpse? I did not leave his corpse. That's perfectly fine. And he's probably fleshier than you were expecting, at least for how hard he was on the outside to strike. Vega, you particularly, you felt as if your sword, how do you even pronounce that thing? Guisarm? It's
Gusam.
How?
I think it's Gusam.
Gusam? All right, that. If I say it really quick, you can't know if I'm messing it up or not.
Yeah.
I must ask Google. How do I say it?
And all right. As we're
It's a
determining...
French word, right? So.
that looks French as shit, yeah. As we're determining how to say this word, I'll throw experience at you guys. 180 from last time. Congratulations. Make sure you also add a hero point.
I don't know if that's true.
Probably.
Guy's arm.
Guy's arm. Vegas swings her guy's arm.
Yep.
That's precisely how you say it. Thanks, Google. Slowly becoming more and more useless day by day. Anyway.
Favorite.
As you're all sitting in this cave, we do still hear drippings and sloshings, various unpleasant sounds, but nothing lashes out or strikes at you. There's no longer anything roaming the cave. The corpse of the returned fellow that we downed has remained dead. As you're all pulling on Alanoth's body, he is confirmed dead. Incredibly heavy as you hear a sloshing sound from behind you and a wet plop with a crack. And standing at the entrance is one of the undead. It slowly gets up and leans against the mouth of this entrance or exit to leave this back room. From what you can tell of its body language, this one seems to be aware of its surroundings, unlike the others. It's looking around as if trying to find life or something. Not hungrily. More so, someone would be, I guess, gazing amongst the town looking for a bar.
Hi, what's your name?
The head snaps towards you, Vega. The right arm is raised and it kind of slaps itself in the head a couple times, clears its throat of phlegm, which it spits out, and in a very cold but calming voice, it answers and says, "Hello, who are you?"
I believe it's proper etiquette to answer my question first.
Waiting a few moments, it takes a step forward and repeats itself, asking who you are. And then after a moment, it adds on, saying, "I would like you to please stop."
Stop what?
Stop what?
The figure goes to motion upward with its clearly broken arm, switches to the other, and just sort of motions to the rest of the room. Specifically, though, pointing to Alanoth. "Clearly you are well trained in your arts to have dispatched that. I would prefer it if you ceased, though.
Why is that?
You do not know what you are doing. I can sense and see that you're serving a group of pretenders, attempting to pull the wool over your eyes."
I'm gonna need more details on that.
Silence again, or longer than you were expecting. It takes another step, but stumbles, catching itself on the wall just barely. It points to you, Vega, saying, "You're an interesting one, but those that have asked you to accomplish this task have led you wrong. They've led everyone in this world wrong."
Okay, well, my name is Vega, and the only task I'm currently doing is killing things that shouldn't be alive again.
"I see. As we are just now meeting, acquaintances, if you will." I will ask again, nicely. You are the folks hiding behind the walls of Stone Crab, yes?
I don't hide anywhere.
Taking refuge from the onslaught of undead would be more apt, I guess, but yes.
A nod.
What possible reason could you possibly have to say that these undead are rightful?
Merely a byproduct of something we are very, very close to solving. There is a problem, a sickness, one that most individuals do not see.
All right. Well, unless you tell us what we should be. Hang on. I lost that train of thought real quick.
As you begin to say this, Vega, the creature kind of flops an arm up, sliding on the wall again, slightly, and says, "You do not need to know. I can merely tell you this. A deal, if you will. Leave these hordes alone, and they will leave Stone Crab alone. We'll be finished in due time. This I promise."
Well, even if we promise you that, we don't speak for Stone Crab, so...
Your actions will speak for you then. Go speak with your leaders. Have them continue to hide. Live out through the winter.
Just the winter?
As long as you deem necessary.
Well, I guess we'll convey the message, but I doubt they'll listen. And as long as there are innocent people in danger, I'll be there to help.
As if this body cannot hold itself together, it takes a few more steps, its legs snapping in half. Some of the goo that these things hatch from seep from various wounds and cracks amongst its skin. It falls to its knees, seeming to not mind this whatsoever, face locked on your group, getting closer and closer. And with a final parting word, it says, "Good. I hope your words are as strong as your steel." And then it falls limp to the floor.
All right. Well, I can tell you my answer right now. Hell no.
I mean, honestly, we did get what we came for, didn't we? Pointing at the white... What are they called again? The needles, the spines?
That was the tray on top. We came to kill what's-his-face, which was also a success.
Yes, well, our main reason for being here at all was those spines.
He's dead, right?
Hasn't moved the whole time.
He's dead for now.
Slowly growing limper, smelling a bit more by the second, and if you, I guess if you've been keeping track, definitely feels limper than a dead body, almost as if he's decomposing.
No. Well, at this rate, we don't have to burn him.
I still vote burn.
Burn.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Might have to dig a puddle, though. Or a hole for the puddle.
That's fine.
And by this point, nothing else assaults or strikes out at you. And if you'd like, your group is free to leave with the body of Alanoth.
Was that lady zombie wearing anything important?
Looking over the body quickly, it looks no different from the others you spoke with. The way the voice escaped from it was very similar to the other scratchier voice you met in the other town.
Or being patrolled or something.
It felt very much like that, yes.
Yeah.
All right. Away we go.
Sure.
Alrighty. And
Run
with
away.
that, we do indeed head back to Stone Crab.
I'll also drag out the other corpses and also throw them in the puddle. Burn the puddle. So that the cave is clean, basically.
Okay.
Burning puddles.
There are a few you're definitely able to do that with. The intent was so... How did you want to exactly do this, Kane? You're bringing the corpse back to Stone Crab and having it like burned in a...
Like a forge or
like
something?
a forge or something? Okay, cool. We can most assuredly do that. Well, the trip back is fairly long. You do indeed make it back to Stone Crab. During your journey, though, the horses stop a few times for seemingly no reason. There's nothing ahead of you on the track. There's nothing behind you. And you don't get the feeling as if you're being watched. They start up again and continue for about 5-10 minutes, and then slow again. This time, though, your group feels a very light quake running through the ground. Not a full-on earthquake, but you can, like, for sure feel the ground is shaking ever so slightly.
That might be a problem.
Is it like something is following us kind of shaking, or more of it is coming from someplace kind of shaking?
It more so feels like the ground is shaking, like an earthquake. Not something disastrous, but it feels as if the ground itself is shaking.
Oh, I hope that's not one of the big guys. Let's head back quick.
Your group is able to do this without issue. Of course, at the gates, though, they are indeed closed as per usual, and the 2 guards stop you all, as this scene is quite unique. As they give you a quick look over, what is our logic or excuse for dragging this thing in?
To make sure it stays dead forever.
Much.
And maybe give them a look at it or something. I don't know, maybe there's something they can learn from it. I don't know. Make sure it's extra dead.
Very awkward
Love
looks
things
from the
extra.
very awkward looks from the 2 of them. One of them whistles. You hear some whistling to kind of jump further and further away from your current location. And after about 5 or so minutes of waiting, they're kind of chatting with you guys, double checking how things went. You all seem to be fine. Were there any various guards or scouts you brought with you? Nope, everything's fine. Cool. After this moment, Ferris returns. By himself, looks like he jogged here. He looks you all up and down, gives a nod to the guards. You explain the same thing to Ferris. He looks over the body real quick. Sort of gives it a gentle poke with his sheathed weapon. It looks more mangled, of course, because the horse has dragged it here, but he seems okay. He gives the nod to guard, as if to say, this is my responsibility if they bring it in. They seem okay with that. And Ferris basically brings you all to what indeed would would be a forge, far away from food or anything of that nature. And he takes your advice seriously, Kane, as he's not sure what this is precisely, but you seem quite adamant in burning this thing, so it will be done.
Probably should have burned more than just him, but it's fine.
Yeah, honestly, if it's not too much trouble, you should send some guys back to that cave and, I don't know, burn it down.
Burn the whole cave down? Like the whole thing?
Yup.
Oh, anything that is burnable, at least. It did not seem something you would want to leave behind.
Alright, is it completely cleared?
As far as we know, might be some critters down below. There's a pretty big cave down there, apparently, but...
You don't say. I assume this was the big bastard god in the place?
You could say that, yeah.
Well, congratulations then.
Apparently, yeah. Actually, have you ever heard of his name that I can't remember now?
His eyes narrow, and he nods.
Oh,
Yeah.
apparently this is him.
Looking down at the mangled, deflated corpse that's being heaved into the open flames, he kind of scoffs at that and says, I assuming he introduced himself.
Yes, he was very adamant on us knowing who he was.
Quite odd then. Well, I'll be blunt, I don't precisely know what he looks like besides books and such, and this is, well, something more akin to a pile of meat, but I'll take your word for it. And with that, the body is burned, and he invites you all back to the liquid truth. If there's any other information you'd like to hand to him, you're more than welcome to do so. Otherwise, of course, you'll deserve a good rest.
I guess we'd give him the rundown of things that were happening there, I guess, right?
I mean, generally everything, yeah. I don't think there's anything we need to not tell him.
I mean, we can not tell him about the quills, I guess, but
Oh, yeah.
since those are ours, but I don't think he would care anyway, but you never know.
Probably not.
Sure. With everything else, he nods along. We're quick and apt with our information. He accepts all of it, and with a small smile, he nods at you all and waves for some food and drinks and such to be brought over, and says, well, hey, it seems I hit the jackpot with your group, didn't I?
Just a
Smoke
bit.
smile.
Well, fortunately, you've all earned yourselves a few days of downtime. Of course, there's definitely plenty to help out with throughout the town and such. We're, well, of course, we're losing some people due to sickness and things like that. But fortunately, the food and other various things you're able to bring back with you have helped it tremendously. More than I can say, truly. You've, so far, saved, I can't tell you how many lives. Thank you.
We've also told him about the other person, right?
Other person.
The weird zombie that showed up at the end.
Oh, I mean, sure. I'll see
I
why
mean,
not.
yeah, I mean, I promised I would deliver the message at least, so I'll recount that part.
All right. As you're kind of going over this, he nods a bit and
Not
checks
sure.
around to make sure there aren't too many folk close, and they're not.
Yeah, I would definitely be quiet about that part. But
Yeah. Realistically, if you want, we can take it up in the office, but he seems fine here for now. And he thinks to himself and says, all right. They
I'm
seemed
not sure I'm not sure what it meant with what it said, but it seemed to be serious, so...
Did they call us the fakes? Like me?
Honestly, I'm not sure.
Eh.
I assume, I don't know, whoever orchestrated the defense or something. Or whoever is behind us, helping or backing us.
Oh, well, I mean, you were hired by the church, were you not?
I was indeed, so maybe the church are the liars, according to them. I don't know. I'm not one to question them, though, so I just act on what I see.
Right. And what was your response here, precisely? I mean, no weapons were drawn or anything. It was a mostly relaxed conversation.
Well, the body he was inhabiting was mostly in shambles. It wasn't much of a fight, so...
Yeah, it was relaxed as far as that went.
All right. What'd you tell it, precisely? No, I assume? Or you talked to me?
We talked to you.
Yeah. I told him that I would at the very least deliver the message, but I was not planning on stopping protecting the people. Apparently we are the aggressors in this case, which is a bit weird, but I don't know. It's whatever.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much stock I'll put in it, if I'm being entirely honest. I assume you've no intent to call this off. I mean,
no.
who even is this?
I mean, to see it out. Though it does intrigue me that there might be something more going on behind the scenes, and I'm interested in finding out.
He puts his hands up. Aye, same me. This is the first time an olive branch has been, I guess, offered to us. They promised they'd completely leave off.
If we stopped sending in people to murder the undead, apparently, yes.
Very odd.
No idea what it meant, but apparently they were working on something.
Well, I don't think I need to say this out loud, but something's most likely very bad.
Most likely, yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, he laughs at that after putting the drink down and says, Vega and Kane, I assume you're all thinking the same thing then?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Fair enough. I do need to know that we're all on the same side here. Of course, if you're interested, I wouldn't mind you not necessarily playing both sides, but maybe lie to it, try to get more information. Clearly, if it's trying to speak with us, it's intelligent, whatever this thing is. You mentioned another voice, right? More of a nastier one before from another location? Beryl, right?
Back when we were escaping from town, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, might have been the same one, honestly. Not sure.
Possibly. Very strange. Well,
I've never heard of any kind of magic to, like, control the undead or speak through them.
Definitely unique. Yes, quite for sure. Well, as I mentioned before, you all earned a break, for sure. There are, of course, things to do all around town. Anyone you'd like to help, you're more than welcome to do so. We need busy hands, we need strong individuals, as he points to Vega, and your brains. So, we do got some scouts coming back. I'll chit-chat with them real quick. They've got some things set up. It'll probably take us a few days, but I'll let you know. Of course, after you're rested. I don't want you to send you out scarred and bleeding. But... All right, so during this downtime, yeah, we'll see. I see a little crafty button, so let's go ahead and try this. I don't know how well it works in the actual system itself, so we will see. If you're gonna try to craft that during this downtime, I don't know how long it's supposed to take, but go ahead and hit that button. We'll see what happens.
I think it's 3 days, and then I can extend that to reduce the cost. But depends how long we have, basically. If I do the normal 3-day craft, I pay the normal amount. And where is this button?
It's right next to the item. There's a little hammer.
Oh, it's in the crafting thing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Does it automatically apply the bonus for tattoo artist?
That's a great question.
I don't see it in the list.
No idea. I would just roll it and we'll see what happens. I assume that gives you a +1 most likely.
It's just a +1, yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead and just do that. Holy shit!
That's a crit. Holy shit!
Nice.
What do I get if I crit?
Your attempt is successful. Each additional day spent crafting reduces the materials needed to complete the item. An amount based on your level +1 and proficiency in crafting. What's that mean? Great question. I have no idea.
So basically, I start out at 20 gold, and every day I spend crafting additionally, I reduce that by 9 silver, looks like. So unless I spend the next 2 weeks crafting, I just pay the full amount.
I believe so, yes. Yeah, we're only going to have 3-4 days to do this, so.
Yeah, I mean, if we have 4 days, I don't mind spending another day. Reduce it by 9 silver.
Sure.
I think it's 9 silver, right? It is based on the crafting table amount. But it says 9 silver, so I'm gonna assume it's 9 silver.
Sounds good to me.
And since I'm spending the extra day, I'm giving myself 9 gold back, 9 silver back.
Oh, did you add the eye slash to your inventory?
No, did I do it automatically?
It did it automatically.
Nice.
Very cool. Alrighty.
I'm even wearing it. How nice.
Now it's invested, so it should give you all the bonuses. All right. What during this
Oh, there's a
downtime?
button for investing now. That's nice.
Mm-hmm. What does this do exactly?
Well, it doesn't do a whole lot right now, I believe. It gives me a +1 to perception checks. Or is that the second one?
Probably the second one.
Yeah, that's the second one. Right now, all it does is basically RP-wise, I have far better sight, so I can just like distinguish things from farther away, I guess.
Excellent.
And I can see blood in the dark.
Ooh,
In
very
color.
cool. Nice. All right, I will be sure to remember that. Also, Kane, I tinkered with it for you. Your healer's tools should now automatically apply when you roll with anything that they affect.
Oh, nice.
So it should be automatic now. Alrighty, and during this downtime, Arbalist, you kind of do a little bit of half and half. You're both helping people, then when you have the time, you are working on this tattoo. What precisely does it look like on you?
That's for the party to find out when they barge into my room, because they haven't seen me for 4 days.
Excellent. So it's been a while. During this downtime, Kane and Vega, what are you two doing?
Probably just
It's-
be around helping people.
It's 10 gold to a silver, or 10 silver to a gold, right? And
Yeah.
then automatically convert that for
yeah.
me. Weird. I'll just do this, I guess.
So just go around the town helping folk, Kane?
Yeah, just whoever needs help.
All right, perfect. Vega, the same, I assume?
Yes, as well as talking to my horse.
As well as
No,
talking to
no,
yours.
not the horse.
Okay, we can do that first before we jump to days later. What do you have to say to the horse?
Hey, Possum, how'd it go?
I'm trying to remember, what exactly did you want the horse to do?
He was gonna go around killing zombies to try and gain the trust of the villagers.
This is very true. And it's been a few days. So as you swing back by the area, the horse assassin, that could be a multitude of things, but in this instance, it's a horse. He looks to you, nods, and says, well, I was able to take out 3, from what I could tell. They are quite dumb when they roam alone.
Yes, indeed.
I was able to sneak up on them, pretending like nothing was amiss, and then smash! Dead.
Damn, you're scary.
Oh yes, I'm quite horrifying. This is known, though. I'm not sure this is enough blood shed in order to gain the positive favor of the fine people of Stonecrab, but I shall indeed keep it up.
Put a good word in for you.
Good, I appreciate it. Shall I report to you with my updated kill count?
Yeah. In fact, if you need help with me disposing the bodies, I'll take them off your hands. Hooves.
What you plan on doing with them, Vega?
Putting them to rest where they belong.
Sure thing. As I no longer have thumbs, I cannot wield a shovel and bury them. It is quite inconvenient to dig with these.
Exactly, so I'll do it.
Hooves. Thank you, I appreciate it. How's our mission looking, by the way? Are you closer?
Well, we took care of the doctor that you hated. And then we realized that there's someone behind it all. So I'd say not well.
Closer to the truth, though. It is to be expected that there is a mastermind behind all this.
Yes, that is a good point.
Well, I shall leave you to your duty then, Vega, and I will be left to mine.
I don't suppose you know anything about, zombies getting possessed, do you?
Unfortunately, not that I can say.
Damn it. All right. Good job, horse.
All right, and with this, horse goes back into the woods to potentially slay more walkers. And so then, after you spoke with your horse,
What's the sentence?
another day shall pass for you, Arbalist, before they're able to rouse you. We'll all fall away to dreamland. Your tattoo was finished last night. It just needs to settle and such, and your allies will see it tomorrow. While you rest, though, you do not receive the pleasant sleep that you were hoping for. Something disturbs you for a moment. Visions, lights, faces. While you cannot place the detail on them, in the moment you for sure recognize these people. A singular voice rises up amongst the sea of faces and voices. You're not sure if this voice belongs with this group, or if this is someone from your past, but they urge you on. They urge you to claim vengeance, for you were wronged, and they repeat this over and over and over until you are roused by knocking at your door. A rap tap tapping.
At my chamber door?
Indeed.
By us?
Indeed.
Oh, I'm not rap tap tapping. I'm bang bang banging.
Well, first you're gonna have to contend with Flint, who is on guard outside, and he's not happy to have you banging on the door.
I'll distract him with a big hunk of meat.
I mean, I don't think you'd be distracted by that, honestly. He's very well trained.
All right,
For
well, bang 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 anyway.
He'll take the meat, but he knows what you're trying to do, so he's watching. He's still giving you a look as if to say, I will take this food, of course, but
I mean, after you bang, he's definitely growling.
Oh yeah, he's growling while chewing on the meat, saying, with his eyes, you disturb the master.
Oh, shush. He's been locked up for 4 days. It's time to come out. Wake up.
Damn.
Fuck, goddammit. If you're gonna be loud, just come inside. Flint, at ease.
As the door opens, he gives you a nod and continues chewing on his meat.
What are you
What a good boy.
been here for 4 whole days?
As you walk in, you basically see me sitting in bed, I guess. Except that my eyes are staring at you from the dark, and it's the only thing you can see, and they are definitely not human.
Ah, yes.
All right, you get weirder every day.
Yes. Actually, do I have the picture on me?
Your eyes are lizard-like?
Yes. Slightly luminescent, but...
Oh, good. Not weird at all.
Yeah, it's mainly the eyes itself, but... Is there any specific reason why you've been banging on my door, or what?
Yeah, it's 4 days you've been in here.
Yes, I know, I've been working.
On what?
I think you can see it, what?
Your eyes? What about them?
Yes. Well, as it turns out, you were right in the cave. The eyes are part of my tattoos, and I reactivated them.
Oh, cool.
Yes, very.
That took
I
a
can
long
see.
time, though.
Yes, it was very intense work, which is why I was not outside for 4 days.
All right, well, come get some sunlight.
I'd prefer not to because my eyes are very sensitive right now, but give me a few more hours, I guess.
Would you like a blindfold?
I mean, that kind of defeats the purpose, doesn't it?
What do you mean? I can give you a sheer-ish one.
Whatever, fine.
I'll pull out this scrap of material from my pocket and hand it over. Don't ask
I'll
me where I got
saunter
that, by the way.
outside, trying not to stare into the sun. Well, I hope the soreness is over. Mostly, I did finish last night, so...
The sun is shooting through various windows that you're able to mostly avert your eyes from. They don't strike you directly in your now temporarily sensitive eyes.
No.
As you guys come down to the...
Luckily, this body heals very fast, so...
Oh, yeah. I guess on that note, you have 3 of these little, quills. 2 we know are very much no bueno, but 1 looks similar to the good ones. Have you decided to touch it, or are we leaving it to the side for now?
I think I'm leaving it until after we get it back to Arta, just in case.
Okay.
I'm not going to be tempted to, potentially get corrupted.
That is perfectly fine. And as you descend to the first floor, you can see Ferris waiting there for you. He has 3 bags that are very obviously the coin from your last mission. And he did mention to Kane and Vega, as you both head upstairs, hey, could you grab Arbalest for me, at your earliest convenience. He's currently conversing with someone else, essentially seeing them off.
Hey, we got him. He's not dead.
Yet.
Nance?
Is there something you need to tell me? Are you slowly rotting away?
No, I was working on something.
Wonderful. Well, you seem to be, gives it a quick up and down. You look all right? Well rested?
I'll be fine.
Good. Well, first and foremost, let's just kind of get this out of the way. Tosses 3 of you bags of coin. 30 gold to each of you.
Sweet. I'm starting to feel rich now.
I'm going to spend all mine all at once at some point.
If that individual was precisely who you said it was, then you've done a very good deed. If not, regardless, I'm assuming they were a pain in the ass.
Definitely.
Right, well, that's one less pain in the ass that we've got to deal with now, so congratulations. And I assume we are indeed rested up and ready for our next little mission.
Yeah?
As ready as can be.
Perfect. And as he's saying this, you hear various conversation throughout the bar coming from multiple rooms, and he waves over your shoulder, Kane, an individual in the room. One over. And Ferris says, perfect timing. One of our scouts just got back. We're going to have him going all over the place. It is indeed their job. And, well, we can say that he found something that is most intriguing. I'm sure you're all not entirely on a way. It's starting to get colder. And, well, things are getting rougher for us. So, we're not low. Well, we're not out. We're always low. So, of course, we're always looking for more materials. Scouts can't always bring everything back. Sometimes you found more than we bargained for, which is good. Bad when it's surrounded by a bunch of uglies. That's what we all need you here for. And he waves to this individual. And as you hear boots clack across the wooden floor, a man walks in. Beard, hair pulled back, brown hair, fairly tall.
Is he rugged and muscular?
Yes.
Man of culture, I see.
Very clearly someone used to venturing out on his own. He's got a quiver in his back, a bow as well. He looks as if he basically just walked out of the woods. In fact, he'd probably look more comfortable there than here. All the same.
He smells like it too, actually.
Oh yeah, most assuredly.
My favorite.
He gives you all a look and shoots a smile over to you, Vega.
Well, I smile back.
He smiles a little wider, kind of laughs to himself and looks to Ferris. And Ferris says, our ally here, Viklar, he found, well, why don't you go ahead and tell him real quick? And he nods, looking to your group and says, right. On our last little venture, I ran into what could potentially be more medicine, food, things of that nature. There's a town that looks quite run down. And uglies walking up and down every single street. So a little outside of my comfort zone. But all the same, pop my head in for a second. All the goods looked to still be there. I didn't smell any rot. Nothing running around the inside. Whoever owned it clearly left. No blood or anything. No horses. It looks like it was just left there. Things were ripped, so I'm assuming the horses panicked and ran away. It'd be a little difficult to get through, but...
Wait, so we're going to another town?
Yes.
How close is this town to the last one we were in?
Where'd they head to last, Ferris? They went to Barrel. Oh, it's not very close to Barrel. In fact, it's actually the opposite direction.
Do we know the town that Unicorn Boy went to?
He didn't mention it.
No. Too bad.
Basically, his mission is more so all over the other direction. Wonderfully vague.
No.
They'll probably have him essentially doing what you guys are doing, except no safe haven like Stone Crab, just location to location. Should be fairly easy for your group, yeah? And he smiles, a drink is slid over to him, he nabs it and takes a quick swig.
If it's just get in, get out, I'm sure we can manage.
Oh yeah. You shouldn't need anyone to help you at least. The three of you and what, Ferris, you said you'd like them to take one individual with? And Ferris nods and he points over to Molly, who's in the corner currently chatting with Philip. Perfect. She's reliable. The four of you should have no issue. Things might be a little heavy, but grab the most important stuff. Last I checked, the town wasn't completely overrun, but, better to stealth around than run in. Of course, it'll be, more difficult with the four of you, but I've heard good things.
I'm sure we can manage.
I don't like stealthing.
It'll be fine.
With stealth?
You think this personality does stealth well?
I mean, you can try.
I'll do my best.
Well, as long as you kill everyone around you and nobody notices, that's still stealth.
You are so right. Man, I like the way you think.
If there's no one to scream. Yeah.
I'll whisper that we did promise Weird Guy that we wouldn't kill anyone, did we? So I'd prefer to go in stealthily as well.
These are zombies. What's wrong with killing zombies?
I mean, that was part of the deal, right?
Oh, are you talking about the lady?
The weird zombie that was being spoken to, yeah.
Did what's his face give us his decision on her request?
I think he said try to play both sides, get more information, so try to keep on the good side.
Shit, he did say that, didn't he?
I mean, the most important thing is to not get yourself killed.
Yeah. I'm not gonna stop you from killing them if they attack us, but if we can do it stealthily.
So basically, I need some knives on me rather than any large weapon.
How convenient. Are you the one with it, or is it... Yeah, you have it. Ha ha ha.
Yes, you do. You have the knife throwing thing.
Oh, I forgot. Oh, I get to use it. So how long is my Geas arm?
It has reach.
It's probably 7 feet.
Yeah, how long is the weapon itself? 7 feet.
How long do you want it to be? Oh, 8 feet. There you go.
I was wondering if it could like fold in on itself to hide, but
Baby,
Probably not.
It's literally in your body. Yeah, you don't need to sheath it. Your body is
right,
your
you
sheath.
can literally hide it. That's true.
right. You said it's my special one.
Yeah.
You literally have an ability to store it in a pocket dimension, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, part of the archetype you took is just this is cool. So
Unfortunately.
it functions the same way. You still got to sheath it, still have to put it away, all that nonsense. But you can be like, I'm unarmed, and there's no way of testing it unless they have like really, really, really high quality magic. So
I will make sure I appear extra unarmed.
alrighty, and with all that, Ferris effectively that you guys know, you can leave whenever. Molly will be coming with. Essentially, just grab all the sheet you possibly can, bring it back, whatever looks good.
Well, that sounds like a plan. I assume you have staked out the village well enough. Looking at Vikler.
Decently well. I will say it's not perfectly great. From what I could tell, the location is it's seen better days. There's no one there, somewhat obviously. I think it fell some time ago, so you don't need to worry about civilians and things like that.
Right. Any specific location you would say is the best place to go in, or is it all up for grabs basically?
It's not in the best location, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would have grabbed it and just pieced out. But if you enter from the east, that probably should be the safest.
All right, will do.
It's a little weird, I guess, as a little forefront. Obviously, there are plenty of uglies running around, bumping into each other and whatnot. They definitely seem to be looking for something. I cannot tell precisely what. Not too different from the others we've seen, though, obviously. Just be careful. There's also, I guess, odd lights floating about. So it won't be dark. That's good.
Odd lights. Interesting.
He nods, yeah. They didn't seem to burn or do anything when I touched them, so.
Does Ferris send out scouts or no?
I mean, Vikler is the scout, right?
Vikler is a scout. There are tons of scouts, yeah.
He's the scout.
The only one.
Can I request that he send out scouts to find out if the zombies are following a particular route looking for something? Like maybe they're surrounding a certain area?
Is there a method to their madness?
Yes, that.
It's funny you bring that up. We've actually been looking into it. But we have a few scouts coming back today. Well, your group's out. I'll have them look into that. There's a few things that Viklar has been thinking. He actually brought it up last we spoke. They might be looking for something. They might be headed a certain direction. Of course, it's difficult to tell, but if we can get a unison story across, 10, 20 people? And Viklar nods. He nods back. Then we must be onto something.
All right, because if they're looking for something like it seems they are, we need to know what it is.
Precisely, yes. It's also not too far from here. I know you've still got your horses, so whenever you'd like to leave, it's on you.
I'm ready.
All right, is there anything we need to purchase before piecing out?
We still have plenty of potions and stuff, right?
So
I do. I still have 2.
I have 1.
Clint has
I have
2.
You have 2 potions on you. You have 1 in your quick access, and you got 1 in your normal backpack.
All right, I also have 1 of my quick access. I have 5 total. Nice.
And then Flint's got a whole bunch on him.
Yes.
Oh, 2.
Yeah,
Wait, which is the quick access? Is that a capacity?
Yeah, the one at the very bottom.
Oh, on the belt.
all the way at
Okay.
the bottom.
Yeah, versus belt. You can
right.
rename belt to anything you want.
I have 2 then.
Also, for reference, the one in your belt is the shitty one, so if you want to swap those out, you're more than welcome to.
No, I got to use it up sooner rather than later.
Like, there is actually, well, this is more of like a additional healing, I guess, but there is a item we can get at this point that is basically a patch that we can apply to us, and when we use it, which is is it a free action? I think no, it's not a free action. It's just an action. You basically apply whatever you have on the patch instantly to yourself.
Very nice.
So it basically functions the same way as the belt. So if we need more of those, we can, I guess, use them. They only last for a day or something, so
Okay.
they can also be used for different potions and stuff like that. It's very useful.
Alrighty, with that, we got everything situated and moved around in our inventory. We can head straight on over. It'll take a few hours to get there. Fortunately, we are leaving very early in the morning. And from a distance, we can tell that this town 100% has not seen any life for quite some time. It very much looks dilapidated. And,
I said yes.
Oh,
I mean,
sorry.
will we be approaching from the east, right, I assume?
Correct. Looking about, your group is able to fairly easily approach from the east. And you can actually see that the undead haven't really attempted to block the way. Looking from over the hill, as you guys get closer and closer, there's definitely a chill that strikes you as you guys descend down this small decline heading towards this unnamed city. I'd say it's actually probably about the size, from what you can tell at least, of Stone Crab, but very much dilapidated. There's no walls surrounding it. If there were, you can see some logs and such that are fallen. There might have been a wooden barricade at some point, but long gone. And from a distance, as you guys get closer and closer, you see these little blue teal lights that are kind of floating around. In some areas, they're more frequent. Others, they're less frequent. But you can see from a distance where you are now, there is pretty much a straight shot to the area that Viklar that you guys know about.
Can I take a good look at those distant lights?
Yes. Are you looking for anything in particular, or just...
I mean, just see if I can make out what they are. If they're like, I don't know,
Same.
actual magical lights or wisps or...
Yeah, I want to do that too.
Ghosts. Souls.
Possibly a combination of all of those things. They're definitely very wispy, but they're not necessarily moving around in any pattern. It's almost as if the wind is pushing them around.
Is there one nearby the cat?
If you enter the town, yes.
I mean, luckily I have very good eyes now, so I can look from a distance.
While there are some undead roaming outside the town, very easy to avoid them. There are very few.
All right, we stealth in, I guess.
All right, plan is to go in as a group and just pray for stealth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sadly, I'm not an expert, so I can't do follow the expert, but...
Alrighty. All of you, go
Is
ahead.
Malia an expert in stealth?
Unfortunately, NPCs just have numbers. They don't have stats in
Damn.
that sense. Yeah. Alrighty, as your group enters, go ahead and roll me stealth.
Oh, damn. Is that a net 20?
Well, a 31 is certainly something. Yeah, that's a nat 20.
I disappear in front of you.
Apparently, Jesus.
Arbalist,
The
where'd you go?
bush, the bush is talking to you.
Arbalist,
I'm right here, from below.
I don't even hear you. How stealthy you are.
All right, fortunately, your group is able to move together. Our group DC, the system wonderfully gives me a little average there at the bottom, is 19. That will be mostly sufficient to get through here. As the closer and closer you get to the center of this location, you notice that there are more and more of these baddies kind of moving about. And where you guys currently are, you see various armored undead just kind of moving and occasionally bumping into things and looking. They seem to be everywhere, but for the most part, they're not necessarily looking to like strike. Their weapons are not drawn. They're just moving about and bumping into things, looking. Some aren't even looking. They're just walking as a group.
Is this middle area something we can go through, or is it like blocked off too much?
You most definitely can. Of course, it'll indeed take you some time, but as these things are moving around, it's not really going to get in your way too much. You're able to find what seems to be like a throughway. It'll be a little slow, but you should be able to get past them with effectively no issue.
Yeah.
I mean, stealthing is slow anyway, so that's fine.
Yeah. And I'll go ahead and move you guys to where you can get. All right. There are various buildings and things that have collapsed over time. You're able to squeeze your way through, and occasionally the dead look and turn to your group. And when they do, Kane, Arbalist, Malia, one of you are able to either fire off an arrow, throw a rock, toss something, and they'll turn and go to that direction. Seemingly satisfied, they'll move over on there. It's a very slow procedure. You did roll very low, unfortunately, Vega, but with your group as cautious as they are, you make it. And just up ahead, you do indeed see what seems to be an abandoned wagon.
Just sitting here out in the open?
Mm-hmm.
Am I starting to feel like a fish spying a worm?
Not necessarily. This is exactly how Viklar described it. There were a few undead roaming off in the distance. I even like the far distance, like, way, way over to the east. But they're not looking in this general direction. In fact, if anything, they're moving away further.
Well, I guess we'll be quick about it now.
And quick look around, I guess, first. Okay, it doesn't. Basically, I want to see if there's any potential that this is like a trap or something.
Sure. As your group turns the corner,
can also roll 9.
you're able to
Yes,
look
I love
around.
14.
I know, 2 14s back to back. You're able to look around. Vega, with a 27, you spot plenty of undead, but they're definitely moving away from your group. With the time it took you guys to move through here.
Oh, 2 21s.
you can tell that now would probably be the best time to look in. Of course, we need to get the stuff out of here. That's probably the hardest part. You guys can carry some stuff with you, but not being 100% sure as to what exactly you're grabbing, it might be somewhat of an issue. So Arbalest and Flint, you guys are able to see and kind of smell things from the distance, and you guys are hiding behind a fallen wall, it looks like, before you move out and strike. Right before you move, though, Vega, you sense some movement to the north just past this thing. This movement doesn't look like they were hiding, actually. In fact, they're moving too casually.
Does or doesn't?
Does not. They are moving far too casually, and they're also moving towards this same location. And if anything, it seems like as if they're stuck in conversation with each other. So it does not look like they're trying to jump on you.
So they look alive?
Very much so, yes. They're talking to each other. Whispering, of course, but clearly talking. And before you guys move out, you can see this.
All right, well, I definitely want to beat them to the the wagon.
All right, you're going to just sprint toward it?
Oh, yeah, I'm just going to sprint.
All right.
Not stealthily?
No, one of those, super quiet, sneaky, fast jogs.
Sure.
I mean, I guess, can we get behind this building out of their sight?
Building?
Or wagon, I guess. It looks like a building, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Getting to the wagon, you're going to be seen. There's almost no way to get to it. Unseen, at least. Also, Vega has already very much made herself seen, so has Malia. As the two of them run in, you actually hear them stop, and you hear some undead in the distance stop as well, and they actually kind of jog over to it too, and they're on the other side of the wagon. They're attempting to hide as they're kind of looking around. There are fallen pieces and bits of other surrounding buildings around this wagon. The reins in which held the horses, ripped and torn. They clearly ran away quite some time ago. They're old, dried bloodstains. And you hear a whispering coming from the other side of the wagon. As you kind of hear a tapping, they're clearly trying to get your attention. You're able to kind of pop your head in the window and you see, yes, there are indeed boxes and such.
Hey, finders keepers.
They whip their head around the corner. Who are you?
My name's Vega. Who are you?
Dustin.
What do you want?
This is our wagon. Where the hell did you...
Finders keeper. Hold up. As in, this was your wagon to begin with?
Yes, it was delivering medicine to our town.
Oh, no. Well, that's a problem.
And from what you can tell, their weapons are not drawn. You see, from a distance, since the two of you, Arbalest and Kane, held back, there are two kobolds and a bugbear. And none of them have their weapons drawn. In fact, the two kobolds are kind of their hands are up hey, we're not here to fight. Except they both look at each other shit. You look fairly tough. They don't see your other groups. All they see is Molly and Vega currently.
Amalia, do we actually need all this?
She looks to you, and her hand is on her weapon, but she's not drawing it. She just nods.
Can we deal with just a little bit of it, a box or two?
We already have nothing as it is.
Is it packed?
There's a pretty healthy amount. Maybe less than you were expecting, but there's a decent amount in there.
You could spare a box or two. In fact, I'll help you get it out of here. How's that sound? For 2 boxes.
I don't know if we can spare that. Also, why should we give it to you? This is ours.
I said finders keepers.
Oh, well, that's not exactly fair, is it? One of our men died to get this to us, and you're just going to take it because you found it first?
Yeah.
As you do.
The little kobold speaks up, and he says, actually, I found it first, and I went back to get them, so technically it's mine by that logic.
How much of this can we hear, by the way? Are we too far away? Or
you're close enough to hear the conversation.
Okay.
What are you talking about? We found this days ago.
Well, I found it, you found it. Clearly we're getting nowhere with this. And Arbalest and Flint kind of come walking out and they take a step back oh, okay.
Like I said, compromise.
It's fine. What town are you from?
We're from just down the way. God, where?
That's a weird name for a town.
Sorry, how many of you are there? And they're looking around trying to stay quiet, and they actually kind of hunker behind the wagon for a second as a few undead walk by in the distance, and everyone's quiet as they're slowly watching, praying they don't come over this way.
There's enough of us.
And the bugbear's holding a finger out hold up. And then he nods.
We're not here to steal supplies, Vega. We were sent by Stone Crab. They found these supplies and we want to take them. They want to take them back, obviously. If they're already spoken for, well, not much we can do about it. Or we can also always have Varys discuss with that town.
Stone Crab's pretty far from us. Shit.
We'll take 1 box then. We just need a little.
They look back and forth.
I mean, we'll help you get this thing out of here.
as they're considering this, Kane, what are you doing?
I'm just chilling back here for now. See if anything goes down. I'd like my distance.
Okay, fair enough. As this is happening, Malia moves next to you, Vega. Her hand is still on her weapon, and she whispers into your ear, "We could just kill them. There's more of us than them."
They're also in a crisis. That doesn't really jive with me, honestly.
Yeah, they're suffering just like we are. And they might have info. Maybe they know something we don't about the movements of these things.
All right, threaten them. You look scary enough. Are we really going to give them everything except for one? Look how much is in there.
All right. We'll help you move this. What if we want two? I changed my mind. Two or none.
They look to each other. Outnumbered, most likely outgunned as well.
I'll kind of point her out, or do you really want to try to attempt to get this thing out of here on your own?
Clearly they were possibly planning on doing that. Not 100% sure. Go ahead and roll me diplomacy, Vega.
Oh, great. I'm good at those.
Yes, diplomacy.
Just him?
Where is diplomacy?
What was the cough because you're bad? Oh, yours is -2. Do not roll that. Jesus. Holy shit.
Yes.
Yeah, Vega, you're doing most of the talking, so that's on you.
Yeah, I was about to say, why not me?
There is a reason why I said I'm good at those.
I'm a little too intimidating to be diplomatic.
All right, I'm pretty sure I have to say that a 9 will definitely not cut it. If you want to re-roll it, you're more than welcome to, or you can let it stand.
Oh, what? You mean use my... Sure, why not?
Up to you. I'll let you know before you roll it. Okay.
Nice.
We'll stay with the 9 then. I was going to say, before the obvious...
Would an 8 be able to do anything at this point, or?
What a what?
Aiding.
Does it give +10?
No.
No, probably not.
Maybe if I ate it 10 times, but...
Yeah. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, except only 1 counts. Oh, it's just 1, darn.
No.
They do not seem swayed by your words. Either they don't believe you, Vega, or maybe something you say comes off as a little too aggressive. And while they don't draw their weapons...
I mean, that would fit me, so I guess that's fine.
Yeah, they seem put off by you. And he just shakes his head as if to say, "No, we've lost too many people already. I can't even afford to give you 1 box. I'm sorry."
You need all this meds for lots of dead people?
Dying people, yes.
Well, there's plenty of dying people in our town as well, so...
I'm honestly sorry to hear that, but we paid for this already. The merchant died on the way here. He thought this would be a shortcut. Idiot. So this is all paid for. It's already ours.
Long sigh. I can't in good conscience kill you for it.
I was thinking the same. I'd rather not get violent.
It's already enough death here.
In odds?
But if we can't come to terms, then honestly, there's no reason for us to stay here.
You don't need to help us. You just need to turn around and leave. Molly still doesn't look convinced as she's sitting next to you, Vega. Just kind of looking at him.
I'm not really convinced either.
I'm just going to tell King that I'm just going to sneak up and around and keep an eye on them, basically. And if they get into trouble, we will rediscuss terms.
Okay.
So you're standing right next to it still, Vega. They're not sure. They're not ready to plunder it with you right there. So he's looking at you. He nods as if to say, "And you?" Molly whispers to you that she'll do whatever you do.
I might be a little tense right now. From what I've seen, do we actually need this of our town, the town we're currently in?
If they speak the truth, they most assuredly need it more. You always need more everything, honestly. I definitely won't lie to you there. You guys are not out of medicine, but knowing how many people...
I was about to say, do we have enough to tide us over for a little while?
They'll have to ration it. It'll be tight.
We could try stealing something before they leave. I'll whisper to King.
Yeah, I'm tempted to nick a box and dash.
What are they gonna do? Yell after you?
Well, I also really want information. Are there other towns around you guys crawling with zombies like this?
Most likely. We don't leave often. In fact, we never leave. The only reason we're out here is to pick this up.
Is there a box nearby I can grab?
Looking around, there's one that you're relatively close to, but if you wanted to nab it, you definitely could.
All right, did he tell us the name of his town?
No, he didn't.
Ask Malia to do it behind your back. You keep them distracted. Or just brazenly pick it up and walk away.
I'm going to brazenly pick it up.
You're just going to grab it?
Yeah, I'm going to grab it and dash away.
All right, are you actually going to run away, or are you just going to grab it and walk away?
I'm going to backstep away, like, come at me.
Okay.
Loot and scoot.
Do you make it look like you're walking away, or you just like look at him, grab a box, and walk away?
Yes.
Okay. As you're doing a stare down, he's waiting an awkward amount of time for you to obviously leave like your compatriot did. You do not. Instead, you reach out and he goes to say something, but he sees that you only grabbed one box. And then you just walk away from there?
Yeah, and then I'll call it. Come on, Malia. Good luck getting that out.
One of the kobolds curses and goes to draw a weapon. He holds his hand out and sighs. And he looks at him as if to say, don't, not right now. We can't afford. And seeing the two of you kind of walk off, he very clearly frustrated. They jump in and get to work.
All right, well.
Well, I'm planning on sticking around for a bit, see if they get out. And if they don't, well, we can renegotiate terms.
Alrighty.
So you want to find like a hidey hole somewhere?
Basically.
Fortunately, you guys have your hidey hole from that last stealth roll. You know for a fact that, for the most part, no one can see you there. This group might see you, but you know the undead are not moving there because it's too awkward. They can't maneuver through it.
If anything, I would probably try to get somewhere high.
Yeah, and I think Malia's archer, right? She should go with you.
Yeah. I mean, I have a grappling hook. We can get up anywhere, technically.
Do you want me to come with, or stay down and just watch the box?
We're all ranged except for you, so it's mostly up to you.
I mean, she has a throwing dagger.
Yes, throwing daggers.
I mean, are we going to be safest from zombies up on the roofs?
Theoretically, there's a couple up there, but they don't look like they want to be there.
All right, sure. Let's all go up on a roof somewhere.
All right, you're all chilling up on roofs and such. You're not really sure how safe it is, but for the most part, things seem fine as we are not rushing. And after some moments, they don't really seem to be having any issues bagging up whatever's in there. They're making some noise. In fact, you probably hear one or two things drop, and then they fall silent. Then they get back to work. After about 10 minutes of this, you begin to hear something roaming about. Large footsteps. Some are from the distance.
Well, if we're on the roof, can we see it coming or too dark?
I say it's both a combination of too dark and also there's too many other buildings in the way. It's most likely moving between the buildings.
What is dark?
Were they aware of it?
As this thumping begins to occur, they cease. A few more of the undead begin to kind of pour out from this northern location, walking around, kind of moving closer and closer to this middle area. In fact, one walks by it entirely, stops for a second, and then continues to walk by, seemingly did not hear them. After about 10 minutes of this waiting, we still hear this thumping. It starts and stops, starts and stops. It's definitely coming from the south of where we are now, which is definitely the fastest way out of here. And after some time, you can hear some hushed whispers coming from their location, and they just they jump out and looking around. Are you guys hiding from them specifically, or are you just trying to stay high up?
High up, hiding from everything.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are keeping a sharp eye on them, and just because everything here is so dilapidated, they don't know where to look. They probably assume you guys left. They do a quick sweep to see if you guys are here or not, but their departing looks less like they're finished and more like they are worried, as they do indeed hear more of the undead walking through the buildings that are close by. More and more are actually starting to congregate where we are now in this upper area, which is definitely no longer safe, 100%. And they scurry off, moving northward.
Are they carrying everything they came for?
No, they left stuff behind. They were scared.
They definitely left some stuff behind. From what you can tell, you're not really sure how they were carrying it. As while the bugbear definitely has a couple boxes with them, the two dudes are carrying like one each. There was more in there, and they were definitely in there for a time. So,
were they actually like taking stuff out, or did they seem like they were looking for something?
A little bit of both. Most likely going through them to see what's actually worth grabbing. There's only 3 of them after all.
Can we see what was making the noise to our south, like the big thing?
Yes. Now that you are looking about and kind of doing your thing, it's gotten a bit closer, and you can most assuredly see some undead amalgamation that has he's not covered in plates, but he has various plates all over his body, and not necessarily a hole, but like a depression or a wet spot in its chest. And it's kind of looking around from the location you guys came from.
Are we stuck here?
No. I mean, how big is it, I guess?
Definitely past 10 feet.
Bigger than this wall we're standing on? I assume this wall is here, right?
Not necessarily. It's all crumbled and like smacked to shit. Like if you guys were able to climb up on it, it probably couldn't reach you, but the wall doesn't really go anywhere. It's
I mean, as long as it like prevents it from straight up seeing us, I guess.
Correct. Yeah, it can't straight up see your group, but it's moving around, sort of looking more. I said more pointedly than the smaller ones are.
Definitely want to keep away from that one. So that begs the question: do we want to risk it and take a peek in the box or the wagon before we go?
I'm actually content to watch their movements for a little while.
If the big guy comes too close, we definitely need to leave, though. It seems more what's the word?
Intelligent?
No, it's looking around more
intently,
I guess. Yeah, that's the word.
It's just there's a lot of zombies in the street now. I don't think we're going to be able to get to the cart without getting noticed.
So there's a decent amount. You should be able to get there with a successful roll, of course, or if you have an item or something to distract them in some way. But for the most part, it's dangerous for your whole group to go. One or two of you at most, I would say, and you must be confident.
Oh, I still have that potion that lets me run really quick. I don't mind taking that and taking a peek inside.
I would say it's less speed and more succeeding on a stealth roll.
Yeah, well,
you are fairly close.
Yeah, the potion is more for like escaping.
Yeah.
If I get caught.
Sure.
All right, then the three of you, I guess. Actually, Flint can go with you. Can start leaving. Trying, hopefully. And if you do get spotted, then I have a distraction. That's perfect.
All right, your group gets ready. Arbalest, you're going to move in real quick and try to see what they left?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll me stealth.
Nice. I'm re-rolling that.
Not the best.
Or is this technically this is technically a hidden roll, right? So I couldn't even re-roll it.
That is a very good point.
It's fine.
Stealth is a hidden roll. All right. Thank you. Thanks for being honest. I was about to say yes. I will also say, for not stabbing those people in the face, for letting them go, everyone go and take a hero point.
I can't because I have 3.
Well then.
If only I could use it right now.
Have a high five. All right, as you begin,
I'll give it to Flint instead.
And all right, don't chew on it, Flint. What are you doing? As you begin to move in, Arbalest, you don't necessarily sense that anything sees you. In fact, you're actually able to move in right as they all turn around. There's a small window. There aren't as many here as we dreaded. You hop into the wagon. You look around a bit, and you can tell they took mostly all the boxes. Vega has one. You're able to stuff it into your bag, Vega. But looking about a bit, you can actually see someone did expire in here. They're long dead. You can very much tell that. Possibly the merchant that they spoke of. As you step over their body, you see various boxes that have been turned over, empty. But there's still some that have medicine, potions, things of that nature, antiseptic, stuff like that. That could indeed help people. Rations, things like that. You definitely can't carry it all, Arbalest. You could easily bring one back with you. And if you tell your team, like, hey, swing back here real quick, you think that they should be able to bring a decent amount back, realistically.
I mean, once I get there, I'll definitely take a peek around, specifically seeing what's in there, as well as seeing if, I don't know, things start moving towards me.
Not from what you can tell.
Perfect. In that case, I'll, I don't know, start taking my time to look around, because I assume I haven't been spotted.
You look around in the wagon?
Yeah, like see if there's anything more important laying around than, I don't know, medicine specifically.
I'll say besides the medicine, it looks like they possibly dug through the under part of the wagon, and there's a loose board from what you can see. After you pick at this board, you're able to kind of pry it open, and it looks as if he probably at one point kept his money here, no longer, but that crew did drop some cash, it looks like. Each of you can go ahead and add 4 gold.
Only if I survive.
I was just going to say that.
Huh. Yeah, they definitely paid the guy for this and then stole it all back. No, well, would have done the same, it's fine. Well, until things start banging on this door, I'm going to take my time to, I don't know, gather the most precious looking things. Things we need, medicine, potions, stuff like that.
Okay. Arbalest is taking a little longer than you guys were expecting. So while he's doing that, Vega and Kane, what are you two doing?
Did he tell us to go, or are we staying to watch, make sure he's fine?
I told you to start making your way out, basically. You can wait on the edge, basically, as long as you're safe, but that's your call. All
right, and where would you head, knowing all this? The two of you.
You see, I don't really want to leave Arbalest behind, but
Same.
Can I send Malia to scout ahead so that we can move quick?
Yes.
You know, maybe get bearings on where exactly the big guy is and potentially where he's headed.
Like, if things look rough, you can always send Flint after me to warn me. He's fast.
Malia's stealth is pretty good, so she'll go ahead and do that. And she'll begin moving southward slowly, as to not rouse any of the undead. And you can still hear this big thing kind of moving around and looking for something.
Has one of those little floaty whips gotten anywhere near me yet?
Oh, yeah.
Can I grab one?
When you go to grab it, your hand phases through it, and it's warm for a moment, and it seems to dissipate. But after a second, the little flames reconstitute, slightly smaller this time, and continues floating away from you.
Now I wonder if I can touch it.
Did it seem magical or elemental or...
Oh, most assuredly magical. It's difficult to place precisely what it would be, obviously, but it didn't harm you in any way. You don't feel like you're dying.
Would you have done this before or after I went to the wagon?
I may do it several times before and after.
Right. In that case, I would have tried as well.
Okay.
Because I have magic.
Yeah, the same exact outcome. You touch it, and it's slightly smaller after, just a wee bit, and it doesn't seem to be disturbed at all.
Well, one thing we know for sure, it isn't a ghost, so...
Do they get anywhere near the zombies? Like, touch the zombies or float by the zombies?
They float by them. They pay no mind to the zombies. The zombies pay no mind to them.
Still weird. You
Agreed.
think you can catch one in that jar?
I have a feeling it will phase through.
Yeah, might as well try.
Hey, Kane, you got a jar?
I would probably have one left over from the last time I tried to grab stuff in jars.
I turn around to see Kane trying to snort one of these things.
Oh,
Wrong character.
I will hand you a jar that I probably have.
All right, I will see if I can catch one.
As another one floats towards you, it does indeed take you a moment, but it floats on into the jar right after you think it's going to be beyond your reach. But no, you capture it, screw the lid on, and it just continually bumps into the wall, then goes the other direction, bumps into the glass wall, and goes the other direction.
Do you think it needs arrows?
Does it look like it's dying?
From what you can tell of these few moments that you have it, no.
Well, better keep watching it just in case.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it to make sure it doesn't dim, I guess.
Don't want this to turn into a sad story.
I mean, magic has feelings too, right?
Definitely.
Sure.
Sure.
In fact, I'm emotionally unaware of it.
And as you guys are trying to capture this thing, you notice a lot of the undead begin to move sort of past this area into various buildings, down various hallways. Whatever was down here clearly wasn't good enough. They did not find it.
Well, as long as I don't get disturbed, I'm going to keep collecting stuff as much as I can carry, so...
Mm-hmm. You keep collecting away. In fact, you are less disturbed now. While this is happening, though, you capture one of those little wispy dudes, and behind, coming from the direction that Malia was sent, suddenly you hear her moving, which you should not hear her moving, and she kind of pops up a good 5-10 feet from you. And she looks up from this area, and she goes, Vega! Vega!
What? Is it time to go?
Before she can say yes, you hear a very loud groaning coming from your left. And you can hear a hand kind of slapping against this wall as if it's looking for something. It groans louder and says, I know you're up there.
Oh, that thing looks gorgeous, husband. I hate you so much. There's no one here.
You say there's no one here?
Yes.
Excellent. Oh, okay, sorry. And turns around and leaves.
I mean, what's its intelligence?
I will say that a little loud so that Arbalest knows to hurry the F up.
I mean, did I hear the slapping of the hand on the wall?
It was attempting to stay quiet. Now it is very much not attempting that at all.
Perks up. Oh, that can't be good.
You can both hear and see it. There's an archway here that is mostly broken, and it pushes its hand through the rest, thereby further shattering it completely, and all the rocks fall to the ground. And this little bridge area begins to collapse, but not fully. The center area where you're all currently located is still very much stable, but very much not safe. I'd say you guys
Question.
Yeah.
Where does this wall lead?
Leads to the left, it leads to the right.
Well, I mean, does it lead to the edge of the town, or is it just smack in the middle of the town, randomly?
before it was broken, it probably led off somewhere. Currently, it on the left side leads nowhere, and on the right side, there's a set of stairs that go down to the first floor.
How convenient.
Yeah, let's go.
So
Why is there a red square below a guy?
Stairs are most likely still functional. Before you move, Vega, go back. Is your intent just to start? Is your intent just to start running?
Yep.
All right. Well, Mr. Meaty Boy very clearly sees you and does not want you to start running. So as you say, no, thank you, good sir. He laughs at that and asks you very kindly to roll initiative.
I would like to do my thing and barely succeed.
Please do so, sir.
I'm going to roll with stealth.
Yes. It does not know you are there. Kane, that gives you how much?
27.
Nice.
Hey, you tied with me.
With my thing, I go first anyways.
Fine. I'm not any good until he's up in my face anyway. What's that red square, Bun?
I will explain that in a moment. So very clearly, you do not want to be here. That's perfectly acceptable. I do not blame you. Also rolled weirdly well across the board for stealth. Jesus, we're like all in the 20s.
I still need to roll one more.
Still need to do
So
what?
is the plan just run?
Oh, no, never mind. I'm stupid. I forgot I don't need to roll for Flint.
Indeed.
My plan is to run, yes.
All right, Vega clearly looks like she wants to run. This thing clearly looks like it does not want you to run. It's beating to move towards you to quickly explain what you see. An absolutely hulking figure. This is a big, nasty bastard. It has...
Does he look like he could pop my head with one swish?
While this thing definitely looks formidable, it doesn't look unbeatable. You have faced probably fiercer foes in the past, Vega. You can get a pretty good
in
look
that
at it.
case, why am I running?
Well, it'll attract more, probably.
Good point.
The main thing that you can see, the most important, unmissable thing, is there are 3 very thick spined chains leading off from this thing's back. All 3 of these chains lead under a somewhat ornate blanket that very clearly has something shambling under it. This something that is shambling is fairly large. The blanket itself is somewhere in the 10 by 10 region, and this thing is shambling just kind of behind this larger creature. When he stops, it also stops.
That's probably very, very, very bad. Yeah, I key with my original plan. Let's run.
So, can I can only do one thing if I hold my turn, right?
If you hold your turn, you're basically...
Actions,
yeah, so, well, no, depends what you're doing. If you hold your turn, you're just basically resetting yourself in the initiative. So if you say I want to go after Vega, you're now 26 initiative, basically. If you want to hold an action, you can do that. Yeah, those are 2 different things.
I wanted to wait for Arbalest to be over here so I could also give him this, but I feel like that'll just get us killed or close to it.
If you want to give me speed, I have a potion that gives me speed.
Okay, well then I'm
Well,
just gonna give...
speed in running away, specifically.
No, this is speed and running away. I'm just going to do this and target Malia Vega Flint itself. Speed. You'll be fine.
You're an effective 50 feet away, but it's fine.
And then I'm going to run the other way. Can I hop off the roof and run this way?
Yes. I'm trying to figure. Yeah.
Yeah. Anything over 10 feet is fall damage.
I believe so. Yes.
That's fine. I'll just take it unless I can do a check.
It's only. Yeah, it's not too bad. I think
you're barely falling. Yeah, it's not that bad.
I'll just take the damage. I'll just jump off, and then I can use my free 30 feet to go here.
When you fall more than 5 feet, you take bludgeoning damage equal to half the distance you fell when you land.
7.
Yeah.
Over 5 feet? I guess that's realistic.
All right, so you quickly jump down after speeding everybody up and begin running to the south.
Run away.
All right, Vega.
Good luck, Vega.
What do you do? This thing's looking right at you.
I guess I want to do the same.
Also gonna run?
Yeah.
A whole lot of running because you didn't have to use actions for buff.
Jump? How much movement do I get with this jump?
The extra speed?
If you fall straight, then you can fall just straight and it's whatever.
I think you.
If you want extra,
actually gain extra if you jump down.
So basically, you get 1 free stride. So you have 3 actions basically starting now, Vega.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what my thing was for.
All right, so then is it an action to jump down?
No, you just fell.
Oh, so then 3 actions.
Alrighty. We hear various noises coming from under this little sheet here. But other than that, essentially nothing. Malia will go ahead and take the clue, except she does not want to take falling damage because she is much squishier than you guys are, so she's going to just take the normal route down, which is going to be basically an extra action.
I don't believe you. She's definitely tankier than I am.
Oh, you are very wrong, sir.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Remember the time when she took 6 damage and was half health?
This is fine.
All right, I'm going to move the things under the blanket in a moment. But first, the big guy is going to shout out to you and says, "Where are you all going?"
I mean, we made a deal with your boss, I guess. If we don't kill you, you'll leave us alone.
I'm gonna go say hi to your wife.
What?
Oh.
What? What are you talking about, Vega?
Alrighty, as he moves southward, whatever are under the blanket are dragged with him, essentially. He doesn't necessarily respond to that because he's not really precisely sure what the hell it is you're talking about. You can very clearly hear that shit is going down, Arbalist. So, what would you like to do? I'll say your dog boy barks in the precise way, let you know that, hey, shit's happening.
Okay. I mean, I'm still gonna command him to follow you guys, I guess. So that's 40, 80 feet of movement for him. He's also gonna have to jump down, right? Yeah.
Yep. If you just straight fall, I won't subtract any movement.
Yeah, and he's just gotta jump off the fake, I guess. And then, if I pop that potion right now, which direction would I be fleeing? Because I would be fleeing away from the danger. But I know there's enemies up north and there's one in the southish. Would I be able to say that I followed the same path that my allies took to safety, or?
That is the only safe path. If you move north, that is the most dangerous path because you're going further into the city.
Okay, in that case, I assume that's the right path. In that case, I'm going to pop this potion right here.
Good luck.
Do note, once I pop it, I will not stop moving, so have fun with that.
Fine. I think that was our plan too.
Yeah, pretty much.
Technically not even sure if I can command Flint after I pop it, so he's going to be moving 40 feet per turn, max.
Well, good luck, Flint. You will be missed.
Alright, I am now moving, what is it?
Plus 40 on top of your normal
25
speed.
plus 40, which is 65 times 2.
Pretty far.
How much is 65 times 2?
130.
130, right? Yeah.
130.
Which is...
I say reduce it by 5 because you got to get out first. So 125.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got further than your dog.
I'll at least make sure that I grab anything I can grab when I start running.
Oh, yeah. You got all the shit you were looking at. You definitely have it.
You just see me literally speedwagon past you all.
Oh.
I like how we spent all that time arguing with them to give us a couple, and they didn't even take everything.
I mean, they're probably scared of that big thing.
Very rude. I believe this lasts till it lasts till the end of my turn, right?
To the end of your next turn. Yep.
Yeah, so end of this turn is when my thing goes away.
You get one more use out of it than everybody else does, which is pretty damn cool, actually.
3, and I have my free one.
All right, as you turn the corner, you can very clearly see this big, beefy boy moving towards you. He looks very excited to see y'all.
I will flip him off.
All right, Vega, you can smell him from here.
Can I delete my turn after Malia? I want to make sure she gets out.
You want to go under her?
Yeah.
I mean, Flint will be staying with her as well. Close-ish. Because
Well,
he
that would
will
make
be
it-
slow after this.
Malia's turn then. Will indeed start chugging. That's about as far as she can get, unfortunately, which is right next to you.
There's nothing like a bud that'll have your back if you're about to start a fight.
All right, Malia starts running. Unfortunately, she's a bit slower than expected. And as she sees this big nasty bastard, her eyes widen. She has her weapon very much ready.
Can I throw a dagger at it?
Theoretically.
How do I do that?
Well, I already put a dagger in your inventory. Are you kidding me? Wait, did you really roll a crit?
Apparently, with my little dagger.
That is hilarious.
Can I aim for his eyeball?
Actually,
It's dead. It only had 16 health.
no, I don't want to be a sad boy, but it has the thrown trait for 10. Every number past that goes down, 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 down. So you
Yeah, by
actually rolled
2.
you actually rolled like a 25 or something, which unfortunately is not a crit.
Well, that's still 8 damage.
I'll take your first roll and just cut it in half. More damage.
Don't baby me, you bastard.
I'm not. It's fair. That's what you rolled.
So if I reach this point, do I make it out?
So hold up. So you use one action to interact to pluck a dagger, then one more action to throw it, so you get one more action. No, you don't make it out. Things are gonna get really awkward basically because there's no more map.
Wait, as in you're gonna make us fight this thing?
No, I said things are going to get very awkward because there's no more map.
Well, all right.
Yes,
As in,
the map literally stops. We are forced to fight it.
I'm gonna have
how
to,
this world works.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sorry. That's the wall. If you hit the wall, you wipe and have to start the fight over again. No, we're gonna.
No.
I'm gonna have to drag us to the top of the arena or something, or near the map or something. Unfortunately, there is no more map. So, alrighty, you hear more shuffling as you strike this thing. He goes, "Oh, that wasn't very nice." And when you do hit it, after you go, you hear a chanting come from under this blanket.
I wasn't nice. That's not fair.
And while the knife did indeed sink into him, it's basically forced out as it pushes out between his flesh. And he turns around and goes, and begins to yank on the chains and move towards your group, which will in turn drag them. I'll do that in a moment.
So he's got a pocket healer, huh?
As he moves towards you, let's see, you threw it, so we'll go ahead and target you. He'll reach deep into his chest, reach around in this squelching sound as he pulls out a ball of God knows what and just hucks it at you, Vega. You are struck by this mound of meat. As it slaps, you're mostly able to dodge it. Some of the offal will actually land to the south of where you currently are. And you can see it begin to constitute. It's currently prone and just lying there like a lump.
It spawned a baby, huh?
It indeed spawned a baby. This thing looks incredibly frail, and it's kind of just moaning to itself. And as a second action, he'll move even closer.
He could just not do that, though.
But he likes to.
I don't like it.
Alrighty, Arbalest, what you doing?
Well,
He's
here's the
weak.
thing. I can only do one thing, and that is run 195 feet.
Damn!
That's correct, right?
Goodbye.
Speed incarnate.
Not enough room on the map.
Yeah, no, right. So question, you cannot disarm. You cannot turn off that effect on your own, right? You have to.
You mean, can I mechanically or can I in Foundry?
Mechanically. You were
No.
forced to run.
It is 1 minute of forced movement.
Okay.
So
Well, you're
basically,
gone.
I'll be running for the next. Actually, I only did one round, so 9 more rounds of 195 feet.
Yep.
And Flint will be moving, well, because that's the only thing he can do. 40 feet for 10 rounds.
Well, see you never.
I mean, he can technically also attack if he wants to, but you know,
At least you'll live, I guess.
and that's the most important part because I have all the loot.
Oh.
What? I have a box. Maybe I should toss it to you as you run by.
I'm not sure if I'm allowed to catch it.
That's fair.
You literally see me zoom past you and just disappear in the distance.
Alrighty. We will effectively say then, go ahead and move Flint his allotted amount. You're just off the map, basically, Arbalest. You're so far that.
Yes, I'm 1,755 feet.
Yeah,
Foot away.
He's gone.
I'll put you down here and we'll just say you're sprinting past everybody. You go flying. So essentially, on your turn, you can control Flint. As you're running, Arbalest, you almost see nothing around you. You just know one thing and you need to go. That is all you know.
I track the go-go juice. As in, I can control Flint with his one singular turn each round, you mean, or?
Yep. Basically,
That's fine.
from this point going forward, do one thing for Flint and then that's basically it. We'll just say you are continually running.
Yes, Flint runs 40 feet, that's his turn.
Yep.
But he is in a pretty precarious spot, actually, because he's slow as fuck right now.
Indeed. This thing next to you, Vega, will moan to itself, stand up, move to you with one action, and attempt to slash out at you with his fist with his other action, dealing a paltry 5 damage. This thing is incredibly weak, but the large lad seems very proud that he has birthed it.
I don't like that.
He claps as it strikes you. Alrighty, Kane. You see your friend fly by you. You see a small thing in front of Vega, big boy right next to you, basically, and something shambling behind the big boy.
Can you target that something behind him, or are you too far?
The thing behind him cannot be targeted because the blanket is in the way. You'll have to somehow interact with it or
Can
something along
he
those lines.
blow it away with wind, or do you have any wind skills? Am I thinking of D&D again?
I do not have wind, but I have hydraulic push.
Ooh,
I could try to blow it off with
Technically
water.
works.
yes.
Anything that interacts with it.
Try to blow it off with water, I guess.
You can blow it with water. You can make it invisible.
Make it invisible.
Yeah,
I don't think I have that one.
Just go second level invisible on it. That works, right?
I don't think I got that one. I will hydraulic push the thing.
Alrighty.
Just to try to get it off of whatever's there. It is an attack roll, but I don't know what. Throw it out there.
I say, just roll the attack. As long as you don't critically fail, you'll hit it. Roll damage, and I'll have half the damage hit the closest one. Nice. All right, time to reveal what we see. As you hydraulically push behind this individual, you see 3 very clearly undead. Their eyes are completely covered by a plate of metal. Their jaws hang limply, and they're wearing robes akin to a priest or something of that nature. One of them has a wand in its hand that looks gnarled, but functional. The others are carrying scrolls and somehow blindly reading off them as they're chanting to themselves. This blanket is flung off, and you'll hit this one here for half the damage. And as you strike the closer one, it doesn't really seem to react to this whatsoever, primarily because they're probably, if they can feel it, that is, in an immense amount of pain, as the chains that are leading off from this large, hulking wretch spawn aren't just attached to their throats, but also their waist, wrists, feet, everywhere. These things must follow the large lad in front of them, whether they like it or not. And as you blow off this blanket, he looks to you, Kane, and says, "Don't touch that!"
I cast shield and then flip him off again. He's gonna smack me in the face, isn't he?
Definitely.
Like, it looks like he very much wants to.
I mean, he definitely has the reach.
One of the ones behind him mumbles to itself, doing nothing. Malia, seeing that they are now exposed. Well, okay, this is, well, you can't necessarily see them here exactly, so she'll move one time. Here-ish. And then she'll strike the one that you exposed. Yatta. Okay.
Nice.
Okay, we rolling crits, though. Why not? Man.
Yeah, it's crits.
Not very good crit damage.
Man,
but it's fine.
11, girl? What are you doing?
I mean, that's average.
That is average. Fortunately,
Actually, yes, it is average. Lame.
it's okay. With her deadly D10, fortunately, she's able to do enough damage to fell the beast that was revealed by Kane. Congratulations. Upon its death, the creature begins to panic. How far are you guys?
Is it dead?
Hmm? Yes.
It's very weak, apparently.
It's incredibly weak.
Well, the priest, yeah, makes sense.
It is struck, begins to fall dead, but before it does, it screams out. The chains rattle and begin to glow as you guys are safe. But you feel like if you were any closer, something bad most likely would have happened. And as it shouts out, negative energy emanates from this direction. Fortunately, affecting none of you, so you seem to be safe. Molly still has one more action. She will shoot the one in the back now that it's more exposed.
We are trying to kill those.
That was obvious, yes.
I don't want to kill them closer to me, though. I don't like whatever that was.
All right, Vega.
Interact dagger.
Okay, what are you doing exactly?
I'm grabbing one of my little daggers.
Okay, it takes 2 actions to grab then throw. That's what you're going for?
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm going for.
You're throwing it at the far one?
Yeah.
It's going to have it's going to have medium cover, but fortunately, a 21 is still very much enough to hit, despite all the metal and shit that's on this thing. And you very much strike it for a pretty good amount, 6 damage, actually. It looks like it's definitely badly injured as your knife sticks into it, luckily dodging all the metal on its body. And it doesn't howl out in pain, but the large creature in front of it begins to shake the chain as if to say, "Stop getting hit!" All right, what else do you do, Vega?
Guess I'm going to run again.
Don't leave me.
Hurry up and follow.
You hear quiet yipping far behind you.
Hey, don't make me feel bad.
I'm definitely gonna make you feel bad if you make my animal die. How could you? You monster.
I mean, we have its full attention. It really could just whiz by.
Yeah, I mean, I assume that Flint can take a alternate route.
Okay,
Well, he's not small anymore, but you know.
I will attempt to say, how heavy is Flint?
He's a pretty big boy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's medium-sized now. You can't carry him.
Yeah, he's
that
what size is he?
No. Well, I was going to try to carry him, but...
In about 4 levels, he'll carry you instead.
Oh.
Alrighty, the creature in the back does not seem to do anything. It is currently focusing, to the best of its ability, to indeed follow the leader. The leader seems incredibly angry that you did what you did. You absolute son of a bitch. So it'll move on in. And...
kill you. Instantly.
Ah, yes.
its arm pops, and you can almost hear it dislocate as it's slowly walking towards you. Almost like it's on a spring, its arm dislocates once, twice, and as it stops, it swings at both you and Molly at the same time.
Very lucky.
I am going to die.
Critically missing Malia, and
Not very.
that would have been a critical hit, but your
I
shield,
was about to say.
your shield saved you there from being a critical hit. Holy shit!
But you still died.
You can use your
block some damage.
You can use the reaction to block some of that damage, which I would highly recommend. As it's 19. How much can you block? 10 or 5?
I think 5. Unless it's heightened, which is level.
It's level 5 for it to be heightened, I think.
Yeah.
Alrighty, as this thing crashes across you, your shield just explodes as he laughs. Malia, fortunately, is able to dodge out of the way, and she's, I wouldn't say considerably squishier than you. Now that I'm looking at both of your stats, she's pretty close, but she doesn't have the same fun rules that you do, Kane, so not quite as tanky as the creature laughs, seeing that you've taken the brunt of the damage. It'll look towards you, Vega, throwing knives and shit. Please stop doing that. Thank you very much. And it reaches back into its chest, this squelching sound, as this awful begins to pour off of this creature, Kane. It's just an indistinguishably awful scent. It flings it towards you, Vega, just barely missing you, but it will make a friend that will land, prone, somewhat near you. And he goes, "Oh, you need to stop moving too, it's rude." All right, Seb Shambler will look around. It grunts. The large one grunts as the small one rushes towards you, going to strike, critically missing, and you're able to continue your way. All right, Arbalist, you are currently fleeing. So, Flint, what's Flint doing? Where's he going?
I assume this is another path out.
Yes, there's definitely a separate path that Flint can take out. I will say if he wants to go a separate direction, I'll have him passively roll stealth to see if he can get out without being seen.
Yeah. He's gonna, like, run up to about here-ish and then just straight up see this hulking beast and do a U-turn.
And then next turn when he moves, I'll have him run off further. Alrighty, this other Shambler will move towards Malia this time and do the same thing. All right, missing 2 times. Fortunately, they're very inaccurate. All right, Kane. These 2 shitty things are following it. One is harmed, the other is unharmed. We got 2 of these little zombies and the big boy. What you doing?
Looking around for something is an action, right?
Oh, what are you looking for? I can tell you if it's something specific.
Just like a really small passageway that none of these things can fit through.
Oh, you're looking for somewhere. Okay. I would say, without needing to spend an action on that, you know for a fact there definitely is, because this whole town is super dilapidated. So the odds of there not being one are 0.
Okay, well, I'm going to free action flip him off again.
Indeed.
And then I will turn into a rat.
You can do that?
Yes.
Oh my god.
It's rat time. And then wherever the tiny path is, I will sprint towards there.
You shrunk!
I'm small.
Oh, it actually made you smaller. That's adorable. All right, you can go anywhere, realistically. Speed-wise, what do you got? 20, not great.
Speed? Doesn't say 20
Speed
on there?
20 feet.
Yeah.
All right, so you're really slow. I would say following Flint is a good idea, but you are obviously still visible and strikeable during this time. There's no 20-foot distance from where you're currently standing, because you're in the middle of,
Look, there's a tent right there.
I mean, you could argue you're small enough to jump on top of Flint, so you can ride him technically right now.
I mean, I'd have to get over to him.
Yeah, sadly.
Can I run over here and then Flint picks me up right in his mouth?
Technically can't, because he doesn't have that action, but...
Right, you can get on him when it's your turn again.
I squeak at Molly as I run.
All right, Molly is very confused as what just happened there.
Malia, run!
Yeah, I'm not as fast as you guys. Are you just leaving me here?
Run, don't shoot.
All right.
I had nothing to help her with, so... Yeah, I could have made rough terrain, I guess, but then I would die, so...
I mean, the guy's big. She can squeeze in places, right?
Alrighty, hoping they don't have opportunity attacks, she is going to follow you, Vega.
Ooh, terrible choice.
She is your guys' size.
This is how Malia dies.
Alright, fortunately, she actually is able to get away to this distance. I'm going to have to basically shift this whole map upward, and we're basically going to have to ignore what we see on the map. Let me do that now, actually, before we get super weird. We're just in a generic town moving southward. So you are, you can go back to the bottom of the map now. right,
that's about as far as I would have gone by now.
Yeah, basically. For Kane and Flint, as long as you guys get to the right side of this screen, you would be out and gone. All right, Vega, you hear and see Kane turn to a rat and begin to run towards Flint. Malia runs past you, since you gave her the command to not attack. What do you do?
How squishy do these guys right beside me look?
Incredibly. The ones that are on chains look slightly tankier, but the ones near you, judging by their hit rate and their general fortitude, they look pretty awful. You don't need to roll for that.
Trying to decide if I want to try taking out another one of those chained guys.
I mean, you can try throwing a dagger at it and then run, but you risk potentially getting caught by him. Do you have anything that can slow them down instead?
I don't think so. I'll try to take out one more. So interact and then dagger.
All right, then
subtract some from that.
Yep, that's also not a critical hit, so we'll do half that. Fortunately, half of 12 is exactly how much health it had.
Nice.
Excellent. So when this one dies, the exact same thing happens. It's going to scream, and there are no allies in the general area. So fortunately, all that means is horrible energies emanate from this back row. Oh, and you've made him very angry. Very.
Sure I have.
Very, very, very angry. He was probably going to chase Kane.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind distracting him.
But now that you've done what you've done, he would like some of the business. You hear him lumber southward towards... God, he's so big that his 20 feet of movement, it just looks like a shift. It's so bad, I love it. All right. He'll move towards you, and then he'll move towards you. And for, we'll throw this one at Malia. Actually, can I hit her from here? No, I don't think so. All right, another hunk of meat is grabbed and thrown, critically missing. I rolled a 1. Holy shit. As it soars past Malia, this one too forms into a Zambo as it to life. And you can tell this thing is incredibly frustrated as it shouts out, running towards your group. They said you shouldn't be able to touch them.
Who's dumb enough to believe that? Oh, my bad, you.
All right, more screaming anger as you do all that. So I will say this: if you want Flint to just sit here for one round, just have him chill, move like 5 feet. If Kane can just say I climb up on Flint, and then Flint's next turn, he can just book it.
Flint will wait anyway.
So Flint will chill and wait for a friend. All right, next up, Zambo stands, walks towards you. I walk towards Molly, actually. She looks hastier. Oh my god, I actually hit. Holy shit, they can do damage. All right, runs up and almost gets a full grip on Molly, but is unable to do so. As your group is running off, I'll say that this one zombie looks real interested in Kane for some reason. You look real tasty, little guy. God, you're so small.
Small.
All right, it's gonna attempt to fist you.
Don't do that.
It'll miss, and now attempt to bite. Missing 2 times, little spicy boy. All right, small lad. You can basically spend your actions climbing up onto Flint, and when it's his turn, he can book it. Is that your intent?
Yep, I'm just gonna get on the boy.
All right, that only really takes 1 action, so you have... Well, no, you can't do anything. Never mind, you're at.
Yeah, he can't speak either, can he?
Nope, he is
Too bad.
No spells,
Because
nothing.
I'm not sure if we ever established if other people can also command him, technically.
I'd squeak in the general direction of where we want to go.
Yeah, so he can if he rolls, but Flint knows to wait for a friend.
Yeah, he would need to roll for that, definitely. But I think technically nothing is stopping you from commanding Flint, aside from the fact that you're currently a rat.
All right, Malia looks at you, Vega, since you're surrounded by these 2 things, as if to say, are we attacking them or just running?
Keep running.
All right, she keeps running. All right, she sprints.
Vega also has a retreat thingy potion. Did we get 2?
I think so, yes.
Yeah. You could probably give it to Malia. She's the slow one. Take 2 actions, though. Yeah.
Alrighty, by this point, I do not think I can do anything besides 1 more attack with this guy, and that's basically it. And I will do just that. And we're going to be targeting Malia.
This is the one that kills her.
Did not crit. If I rolled higher, that would have been a very no es bueno. Alright, she is very clearly hurt, though, as this does strike at her. He'll summon another shitster that is prone and 10 feet away from her. And
Would you please stop targeting Malia?
You can, if you're going to abandon her, then he's going to target Malia.
I'm not abandoning her.
She's not so sure about that. Alrighty. Doggo, you are basically alone and safe. So Flint, running to the right, will basically allow you and Kane to escape. Since you're running off alone, go ahead and roll me stealth on the dog. This is like a passive stealth to see how well we do.
I mean, he should be kind of good at those.
I believe he's pretty good, yeah.
Kind of. It's a +10. That's nice.
Oh, that's great, actually.
I mean, not great roll, sadly, but...
Not a great roll. I say that will incur 1 attack as you're running through. You're going to bump into various things, pots, pans.
That's fine.
Just loose pieces of shit. And unfortunately,
he's
something...
very well armored, so...
Yeah, something does see you and will attempt a single attack. It's not going to enter combat, but it will attempt an attack. Fortunately, our boy is fairly tanky, so he will continue running. Basically, we'll say every turn he'll just do a stealth roll, and if he succeeds, he's out of combat. And it won't be, it's slightly higher than that. But basically, if he succeeds, out of combat. If he fails, he'll just get attacked. But he will continue running. I'll skip the zombie shamblers because they don't matter, except for this one. I'm not going to move them. That seems silly.
If you kill Molly, I swear to God, I'm gonna strangle you.
Hey, I'm not killing her. All right, Kane is continuing with you, using it a turn.
If you want her to be gone, you can give her the potion.
Indeed. She will run past you, Vega, and you can tell she looks like she is not going to make it. One more hit and she is definitely dead. She is huffing, and there's a blood trail as she passes by you.
How far did she get?
She can move 75 feet per round.
Are we in the clear yet, or is she going to get attacked again?
He can throw one more because his range is not that great. It's going to suffer a penalty. I'll throw this one at you because you're... Well, if you're closer, I'll throw this one at you. I'll say that much. He's very clearly intending to throw at the closest target. He's getting ready, though. And then that's it. We're at the edge of the map. You guys are way too fast. You'll be out of range. It's not worth going any further than this.
All right, I'm going to go just far enough so that I'm still behind Malia.
Okay. Since you're doing that, do you want to do anything with your other 2 actions? Rage or...
I'm pretty sure 2 actions will get me caught up. So why would I rage?
It gives you armor for a second.
Sure, I'll rage.
5 temp HP. Also, screaming is fun.
I mean, that also reduces your armor down.
It does. So it's up to you.
Wait, I see.
All right, this is the
Could
last...
drink potion instead.
That, yeah. All right, this is the last viable attack I can make until basically there's no reason to attack anymore.
2 rages.
All right, and I missed.
And it's a miss.
Man, she's raging twice.
She is raging twice.
My Malia's almost dead!
Alrighty. The last thing to resolve for this, we're just going to skip everybody and go right to Flint. Go ahead and roll me stealth one more time for Flint and see if something gets to him. He is flying through the side of this town. He saw, because you guys were able
He's
to...
good at these, right? Smile?
Yeah. Plus 10's great. 28, baby, there it is. Hell yeah. All right. This time, Flint critically succeeds, flying down alleyways, left and right, going through crumbled buildings. More of this putrid offal is flung at him by various creatures in the surrounding area, almost striking both Flint and Kane. But fortunately, the 2 of you are able to escape. You run. And as you're leaving and exiting, more of these giant chunks of just filth are flung at both Vega and Malia, his current 2 targets. But by this point, you are so far, he literally can't attack you anymore. And you just hear him shout, "That wasn't very nice! I'll be back for you!" And after about another minute or so of running, you guys get to the edge of town. Flint, you shoot out the side. And you can see your allies about 50 or so feet from where you currently are. Kane, you can see them as well in your...
After the minute or so after the potion ends up, you hear a sharp whistle, basically. Come here.
You just find Flint with a rat on his back.
I mean, how long does it last, actually?
I will
10
give...
10 minutes for rat mode?
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, 10 minutes. I will give Malia my belt potion.
You don't need to do that, considering you guys can just do normal heals if you want. But you can do the belt potion if you want.
Oh, all right. Can she make it for us to get to a little further away, or no?
We do know up the hill is safe. We did a pretty good job, tracking this general area.
All right, then let's at least get that far, and then we'll do med.
Okay. And then Kane, how long are you staying in
health? It's fine.
How long are you staying in rat mode?
As long as I can.
All
I
right.
like being rat.
Rat is fun. I won't lie. Rat is definitely
Doesn't
enjoyable.
mind.
I'll have to buy Flint a real big steak.
I mean, technically, you are a real big steak right now, right?
Aw.
Flint looks at you.
He's a bony little
drool
rat.
dripping.
It's a small little rat.
I'm just a small boy.
I mean, the rat is a rat, though. Tastes great.
I could buy him like 10 steaks.
So
So much more meat than one rat.
by this point, you've all escaped. You do hear some things following you, which, of course, causes us to go just a wee bit further. We want to make sure nothing has caught up to us. And by this point, we are 100% certain that we are, indeed, safe. We wait a little bit. We look around. We see that some things have begun to follow, but they get to the edge of the city, begin to look around, seemingly get lost. You can hear a guffawing coming from deep within the city. As it fades, clearly moving away from you.
I don't think we want to play both sides.
No, this one kind of sucks.
Well, the other side definitely doesn't want to work with us.
And for now, your group seems to be safe. If you would like to, free heal Malia, Arbalest, you're more than welcome to.
After a mile of walking, catching up to me.
I know, right?
4. And I'll also heal Flint while I'm at it, since it takes a while anyway.
Slightly more effective.
28.
All right. So we heal Flint first, spend 10 minutes trying to heal Malia. Your heal is now back as we are refocused. And if you'd like to spend 10 more, you can, but you don't have to. She does look better. You did help a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it takes me 10 minutes to do this, so it's fine.
Yeah.
We can do it as we... Actually, can we do it as we walk?
No.
It's fine.
It's
We can
sit
take 10
down
minutes
and...
to keep stock.
Yeah.
We need to look at the stuff we brought with us anyway.
So
Because
Vega,
at the end, I was stuffing my pockets, basically.
checking out the box that you grabbed, Vega, everything is nice and in order. Arbalest, yours is a little more scattered, but less because you grabbed a bad box, and more so because they sort of made a mess and you had to grab the best of what you determined what was the best. And you did get, honestly, a lot of really, really solid items.
That's better. A perfectly average roll.
Oh my god, it grows your token. I was not expecting it to slowly shrink your token. That's actually a really funny effect. I love that.
Become as rat.
All right, we take stock. We see that we indeed got more than we were expecting. Molly looks very winded as she looks to your group. She looks frustrated initially, but kind of sighs out as you're tending to her wounds, Arbalest.
Yeah, that was a crapshoot.
A bit of a shit show, yeah, but we all made it. I wasn't so sure about Flint and Kane, but good job, you two.
Yeah,
Dog and rat.
sadly, with how this world works, when I'm fast, Flint is slow. You know, magic.
Not my favorite kind of magic, but well, there are horses. Are we just heading back now, or what?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think we can go back. Maybe later. Not with a big guy around then. Unless you want to camp out tonight and see if he leaves.
That's
Yeah,
up to
not really.
That's up to you guys, but I vote no.
No, it's a no from me either, honestly.
All right. And with that, Molly is very glad that you all voted no, because she will follow you all. And that means it'll indeed be a travel. We'll probably reach Stone Crab near-ish nightfall, but it won't be too late for us. And of course, by that time, both Kane and Vega will be maxed out on HP. While hurt, we didn't lose anything along the way. Took a few bumps and
I'm
bruises.
sorry, I healed for 58.
You have 58 health.
Damn, I'm tanky.
I might have accidentally pushed the wrong button and then killed you, and then hit plus 58 and healed you. So
You have only
I was
58
wondering.
health.
I'm not that tanky. We're still baby.
I mean, I have 52 health and I'm a ranger.
Well, this game was a bit more fair as far as health goes.
you also didn't put anything into
No.
con.
Shush you.
Kane has like 7 health.
Well, Kane's a squishy boy, so that makes sense. All right, we're able to eventually make our way back. We're not assaulted on the way back, fortunately. Realistically, this was a successful outing. We did notice multiple weird things about the very large beast. Obviously, the strange things following it, but it had some weapons lodged into its body, and you did notice that some of the dead things were wielding very odd arcane trinkets. Unfortunately, we were able to see precisely what they were, but clearly something else is going on. They're not just reviving the dead. This is something deeper and probably something worse. Something that we'll get into,
Probably.
most assuredly, next week.